We're diving into a legal drama that has absolutely rocked one of Europe's most stable monarchies. And really, this is a story that goes way beyond just one man. It's a story that could change the future of an entire institution.
It all starts with this number, 38. That is the incredible number of criminal charges filed against one single person, a person with a very, very close connection to the Norwegian royal family. And just look at the severity of these charges. I mean, this is absolutely staggering. We are not talking about small-time stuff here. We're talking about 4 counts of rape, domestic abuse, drug trafficking, and even illegally filming women without their consent. But here's the detail that turns a shocking criminal case into a full-blown national crisis. The man at the center of all of this? He's Marius Høiby, the son of Crown Princess Mette-Marit, the son of the future queen.
You know, that connection to the crown is what makes this entire story so incredibly explosive. To really get a handle on the impact here, we first need to understand the man himself. Who is he exactly? And how on earth did he get here?
Right, so let's take a closer look at Marius Høiby. Who is this figure at the very center of the storm, and what is his actual relationship to the Norwegian throne?
Okay, so this really captures his unique, kind of strange position. On one hand, he was raised right inside the royal household. He was the beloved stepson of the future king, Crown Prince Haakon. But on the other hand, he has 0 royal titles, no official duties. He's been in the public eye his whole life, often with this bad boy image, and he's been open about his long struggle with substance abuse. He's a man of 2 worlds.
And this quote, wow, this is from Crown Prince Haakon's own wedding speech. It just beautifully shows how close their bond used to be. He publicly called raising his stepson a gift. That warmth makes the current situation just so much more tragic for the whole family.
So that really complicated personal history is the backdrop for everything that came next. Let's walk through the timeline to see exactly how this thing escalated from, a single incident into this massive legal saga.
So it kicks off in August 2024 with an arrest for assault. But just follow the timeline here. Things got worse, fast. A month later, another arrest. And then, the real shocker, in November, an arrest on suspicion of rape, which led to him being held in custody. That's just unheard of for someone this close to the royal family. By the next summer, he was indicted. And then at the start of 2026, even more charges were tacked on.
And buried deep inside that indictment are some of the most disturbing details of all. Prosecutors are alleging that some of these rapes happened while the victims were asleep, and that he filmed the acts. Now, it is absolutely crucial to note that while Høiby has reportedly admitted to some of the lesser charges, his legal team is firmly denying all the allegations of sexual abuse and most of the violence charges. That's his official stance as this whole thing heads to court. So you can see how this personal tragedy has just spiraled into a massive crisis for the entire monarchy. It's really capping off what a lot of people are calling an annus horribilis for the family, which is Latin for, well, a horrible year.
And listen, royal historians are not mincing their words. One expert has flat out called this the biggest scandal in the entire modern history of Norway's royal family. That is a truly stunning statement.
And you can see the very real impact right here on this chart. Public support for the monarchy was a staggering 81% back in 2017. By September 2024, it had dropped to just 62%. That is a massive decline in public trust. It shows this isn't just media chatter, it is fundamentally changing how Norwegians see the crown. And it's so important to understand, this scandal did not happen in a vacuum. The family was already under immense strain. You've got the king's recurring health issues, all the controversy around Princess Märtha Louise's marriage, and even Crown Princess Mette-Marit's own chronic illness. This was like a hurricane hitting an already battered ship.
The 87-year-old King Harald V, he addressed all these struggles, indirectly, with his really poignant quote. "It's just a rare, humanizing peek into the immense pressure the family is under behind those palace walls."
But the impact of this trial, it extends way beyond the monarchy. It's forcing a nationwide conversation in Norway on some very, very difficult subjects.
Take a look at this. It's from a report on Norwegian domestic violence law, and it highlights a pretty shocking fact. It says protection from domestic violence has not been specifically identified as a human right under the Constitution of Norway.
Now, that legal context is so important when you see this number. According to a major Norwegian research center, 1 out of every 10 women in Norway has experienced serious violence from an intimate partner.
This case is tapping into a much, much larger societal issue.
And yet, in all of this, there's an unexpected silver lining. May-Britt Buhauk from a leading women's health organization says the high-profile nature of this case is actually encouraging more victims to seek help. In her words, all this intense media scrutiny is helping to break taboos.
The political fallout is also undeniable. This controversy has become absolute fuel for Republican movements, the groups that want to abolish the monarchy completely. One of those groups has seen its membership triple, turning this very personal scandal into a major debate about Norway's entire system of government.
And so that really leaves us with the central question. As this trial unfolds, it's about so much more than the fate of just one man. This is a moment that could redefine Norway's conversation on domestic violence, and maybe, just maybe, determine the very future of its monarchy.